fell.
Are you listening? Damn.
The birth of a nation. Okay, how many of our people out here have saw the movie, The Birth of a Nation? Listen up. Okay, how did that nation get into that situation according to the scriptures? Listen to the book of Ezekiel. Listen to what the prophet Ezekiel, the Most High, told Ezekiel to do. Read it.
Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 11. And go get to them of the captivity.
Stop. Read it again, brother.
Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 11. And go get thee to them of the captivity.
You see that? Get thee to them of the captivity. When you look at the birth of a nation, those people were in captivity. Okay? Now those people that was in captivity, those are the children of Israel. Those are your ancestors. They came before you. Okay? So this is how you know that this Bible is talking about you. Okay? This is your history. But what is the problem? Why don't you know? Get the book of Jeremiah 17. Why don't you know about that? Because something happened to us as a black people, as a nation. We went into a perpetual state of amnesia. Okay, read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
You see that? So those people, like the birth of a nation, they got treated so terrible, man, that they lost, as they continue to have children, their oppressors began to teach them something different. To where their heritage, their nationality, now get Psalms 83, was lost. They made sure that you wouldn't remember who you are. But this is a book of records. This is about you. If you open it up and read it all this time, you've been riding around with it in the trunk, on your dashboard, on the mantle, not really knowing that they've been holding on to your records until God raise up prophets that's going to actually get into the book, educate themselves the same way that you educate yourself in his system. The Most High has got educators that he have rose up, okay, that he have rose up to get into the scriptures and bring out the understanding of the Bible. Read.
Psalms chapter 83 verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel.
You see that? Remember, they have taken crafty counsel. So they came together and said, you know what? Let's make sure that they discontinue from their heritage. Let's treat them so bad that the only thing that they want to do is rest. Okay? Rest and then get more money so that they can get some of the things that they want from life. And that's all that's how we live our life. The Lord said they have taken crafty counsel to make sure that you do something. Are you holding Jeremiah? Now remember this, okay? Read it. Jeremiah chapter 17 and 4.
Jeremiah 17 and 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage.
See that? So the black and Hispanics, you have discontinued from your heritage. The so-called black man, you don't have no heritage. Why? Because of this counsel that they took. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Come on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Come on.
They have said,
listen to what they said inside the council. Listen what the representatives say when they meet. Read.
Come and let us cut them off.
Come, let us cut them off. But you're still alive, but it's something that they wanted to cut off. Your heritage and something else. Read.
From being a nation.
From being what?
A nation.
From being a nation. That's why you don't understand that the black and Hispanics, they are together. Okay? And not only that, check out something else that they made sure that you don't forget. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Now you might be like, wait. You ain't never heard that before. You're like, that don't go with what I've been taught. Because on purpose, they said they are going to make you discontinue from the heritage that God gave to us. God gave to us that name. The Lord called us the children of Israel. You're the true Hebrew Israelites. Hebrew was your language. But they taught you Greek. They taught you Spanish. They taught you French. Okay? They took away your heritage. So you know what the birth of a nation is? It was about those people coming back saying, we don't want these people over us. But see, they couldn't do nothing about it. All they did was fight. They couldn't do nothing about it. It was the Most High that put these people above us because we broke his laws. Get Deuteronomy chapter 28. See, we broke his laws. We should have took heed to the voice of the Lord. Our forefathers should have took heed to God when he spake the law, statutes, and commandments, because there was no other people there. In Deuteronomy 4, there was no other people there. When the mountain at Mount Sinai was smoking, and the smoke and the flames reached to heaven, God came down in the spirit and spoke to our foreparents where they heard the 10 commandments. Okay, can you get that? Deuteronomy 4. What nation is there?
Deuteronomy chapter 4 verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who hath God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great, that hath statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law?
So that's what they wanted you to discontinue from. Laws, statutes, commandments, and judgments. That's why the so-called black man is lawless at this point, because they took away their law. They took away your laws, which is the Bible, and put in their laws. That's why they have a constitution. That's why you notice whenever you go to court, they don't open up the scriptures. They make you swear to tell the truth, still trying to use the scriptures, because in your mind you're like, oh, I want to deal right with God. So once they get you to tell the truth, they either you stole, raped, robbed, or murdered, or did something. They want you to be honest, but then they close how to be a righteous judge, and then they open up their penal codes. Okay, read.
And what nation is there so great, that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself, and keep thy soul diligently.
So God warned us. He said, only take heed to thyself, and keep your soul diligently. Read.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, at least they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
He finna show you what your eyes seen. Read.
But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons.
Teach them, so the children. The children supposed to be learning what? The commandments of the Lord. Okay? Not how to play football, baseball, not how to be rappers, not how to be singers. See, because when you teach these laws, once they grow up, you're not going to be saying, my child is a special needs child. My child is ADHD. My child is crazy. My child is a lunatic. You're not going to be saying all of that. Go ahead.
Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Lord thy God in Horeb.
You see that? Especially the day when thou stoodest, okay, in Horeb. Read.
When the Lord said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth.
So there was no other nation that the Most High made to hear the words of the Bible. No other nation but you black and Hispanics. You were there. Your forefathers was there, standing at that mount. Read.
And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven.
The mountain was so hot, and the flames were so high, it went as high as the midst of heaven. It went straight up in the air. And your forefathers, your ancestors, stood there, and they heard and they saw that. They heard the voice of the Most High power, and they saw that mountain smoking and burning. So why are we out here, man? We out here to tell you to come back into the Most High and keep his commandments. And let you know who you are. You keep seeing all of these movies. Birth of a Nation. All of these clues that's dropping in there. That you're the people of the book. That you're the Israelites. Are you picking up on it? Okay, 12 years a slave. All these slavery movies. So your history is written in the Bible. All you got to do is put down the alcohol and put down the drugs and put down this false history, man, that you've been taught. It's all right. Put down these lies that you've been taught and pick up your own records and read it. Okay, is that it?
And the Lord spake unto you out of the midst of the fire.
You see that? So our foreparents, they heard a voice. The Lord our God, man, he spoke out of the midst of a fire to you. Read.
Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude.
He said you heard the voice of the words. Listen up. You heard the voice of the words. Our foreparents, they heard a voice, but they saw no similitude. So if they saw no similitude, then why is there an image that's being worshipped today of your captives? You see what I'm saying? Of your captives. I want you to get this out. I want you to get Isaiah chapter 14. You're going to take them captives. Now, you, brother, you've been paying attention. So we saw no similitude. Okay, if we saw no similitude, listen to what's going to happen to the image, okay, to the image that our people worship today. Read.
This is Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were.
So even the very image, even the very image that our people worship today is going into captivity. The Lord said they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. Okay, because the image that our people worship now is a different image, okay, of your own self. The Most High said we saw no similitude. So we saw no similitude. There's no way that we could set up a similitude to worship. Okay, let's go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 13. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments, and he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone.
And he declared unto you his covenant. So God made a covenant with the children of Israel. But you know what happened? We break that covenant. How do you break the covenant? It says even 10 commandments. How do you break the covenant? By being lawless. There's laws, statutes, and the commandments that's written in the scriptures that we should follow. He said even 10 commandments. Let's go into one of the 10 commandments. Okay, pick any commandment. Like today is a Sabbath day. Many people don't understand that they should not be buying and selling on the Sabbath day. Okay, got it?
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
The Lord said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Get Isaiah 58. Remember. How do you remember? Meaning by not forgetting. First of all, you got to learn what the Sabbath. Today is the day of rest. You're supposed to separate the things that you do 6 days from the things that you would do today. Okay? Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 13.
Isaiah chapter 58, verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day.
And it's not Sunday. Okay? It's not the day of the sun. The Lord's day of rest, the Sabbath, could never be the worship of the sun. The worship of the sun is idolatry, man. Okay, the Most High never gave us Sunday to worship. The Roman Catholic Church, your oppressors gave you that. And at this point, you running with it. When you look at the movie, what did they do? They used Nat Turner, who the Most High put a spirit on to bring out the truth. They used Nat Turner to go around and keep their servants in check by teaching them the Bible. But he knew that the twisted oppressors was using the Bible wickedly, and so he began to then escalate and bring up the ministry to where they can understand who they were according to the scriptures. And then he used precepts of vengeance, and that's what caused that mutiny during his time period. Okay? So what do you got?
Isaiah 58:13.
So that's the same thing we're doing, man. We can't sugarcoat the scriptures and teach you lies, make you dormant and go back to sleep, rock you back to sleep with smooth words. Man, we gotta shock you, man. We gotta shock you and bring you to life. But you gotta want to live. And the only way that you can live is that you would have to return back into the Most High and keep the commandments according to the Bible through faith in Christ. Okay, so if you believe in Christ, then you have to keep these commandments. You can get that in St. John 14. Okay, read it.
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath.
If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, that means go home and stop buying and stop selling. Okay? Because there's laws that tell you that you should not buy on the Sabbath day. You got it? St. John chapter 14, verse 15.
St. John 14 and 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
That's one of the commandments. The Christ said if you love him, so if you love the Most High, then you're supposed to keep the commandments. What's one of the commandments? Go home. Okay? Stop buying and selling on the Sabbath day. Wait.
Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that ye would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day.
You see that? So in ancient times, the people that was around, the people that was around, they would, man, roll up with a cart, and then they would sell. But now they don't have to roll up with a horse and buggy. You know what they do? They open the store up. You see that? They open the store, so time has got modern now. So you got to change with that time, and you got to understand during your time. The people of the land, they still bringing ware and victuals to sell on the Sabbath day. So you should not be going, I'm gonna get the phone. It's the Sabbath day. I'm going shopping. I need this. I'm going out to breakfast. It's the Sabbath day. You ain't supposed to do that. Read.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell, that ye would not buy it of them on the Sabbath day.
You see that? So everybody that's defiling the Sabbath day, He gonna render you guilty, man. There's no way that the Lord is gonna render you innocent when the Most High has got written in the scriptures that He's pleading with you. Now go back to Ezekiel 3. He's pleading with you to turn away your foot from the Sabbath day. Okay? Okay, Ezekiel chapter 3 and start at verse 7.
Ezekiel chapter 3 verse 7. But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee.
You see that? So we come out and we teach our people about the laws. Some people listen, some people don't. The Lord said, overall as a nation, the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee. That's not good if you're not listening. Okay? Because if you don't listen, what's going to happen? You're going to end up sick. All right? Go ahead.
For they will not hearken unto me.
God said, for they will not hearken unto me. Okay? So the Most High wants the people to listen unto Him, man. He wants you to listen unto His laws. All right?
For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
All the house of Israel, man. The Lord looked at Israel as a nation, and He said all of His people are imprudent. Imprudent means not wise at all. The decisions that you make are not wise. Most of our people make the decisions that they make based on lust. You understand? Based on lust, on how they think, on how they feel. That's not how you're supposed to make a decision. Man, you're supposed to seek the counsel of the Lord. Okay, can you get the book of Proverbs? Is that one? Yeah, your decisions, man, have to be Bible scriptural based, spiritual. A spiritual decision, man. Yeah, no, Proverbs chapter 1 about not sitting in the council. That's something. About not sitting in the council of the ungodly. You know what I'm saying? Psalms chapter 1 verse 1.
Psalms chapter 1 verse 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly.
You see that? So the Lord said that His people are imprudent. Okay? Why are you not wise and hard-hearted? Because the counsel and advice you walk in, you get from the people that are around about you, from your oppressors, from your captors. The Lord said He's going to redeem you, man, from that captivity. They don't want you to be redeemed. Want me to tell you why? Because you're going to continue to work their shops while they vacation in Italy and in Spain. And then go to Brazil and sleep with your people. Okay, they go to the islands and sleep, man, with our brothers and our sisters, fornicating and committing adultery. But then they go to their own ancestry and they go to Rome, to Caucasus Mountains. They go to Italy and Spain. All right? But that's the advice and lifestyle that you live after. The Lord said, blessed is the man. You don't be hard-headed and imprudent and unwise. The Lord said, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. The ungodly is the other nations. The Most High never dealt with the other nations. Get the book of Amos. The Lord never dealt with the other nations. Okay, so if He never dealt with the other nations, then why are you listening unto what they're doing? Oh man, Amos chapter 3.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So the Lord